Okay, so today we're going to talk about fast fashion. So Chopper, can you read the first paragraph and I'll have Iris read the second paragraph.
Environmentalists are getting more worried about the effects of fast fashion on the environment. Fast fashion is the mass production of clothes at a low cost. They are put in shops and online quickly to create a high demand. Manufacturers make 100 billion items of clothing every year. This is expected to grow by 60% by 2030.
The fast fashion business model is having a negative effect on the environment. Many of the clothes end up in landfills and are not recycled. Another negative effect on the environment is caused by the chemical used to make the clothes. This cause health problems for people working in cloth factories. There are reports children make many of these clothes.
Okay, so do you believe that we should all try to wear clothes we buy for at least 10 years? Why or why not? Eugene, what do you think?
I believe that we should all try to wear clothes we buy for at least 10 years because I know that it really wastes when we only wear our clothes for 1 or 2 years. And lots of clothes are made by plastic, so it's kind of you are it's kind of if we don't recycle our clothes, and it's just like it's the same thing like we don't recycle plastic bottles. So it causes environment destroy.
Iris, what about you?
Yeah, I think I believe we should all try to wear clothes more long time, but 10 years a little bit too long. I was keep some clothes more over 10 years, such as GT's hoodies and custom. Yeah, because I was a dancer, so I will keep these curls. These curls are left as a souvenir or memories. Yeah.
Hopper, what about you?
No, I don't believe should try to wear clothes for at least 10 years. Because I think 10 years too long time for above people. But I believe there are some clothes people can try to wear them a long time. For example, some pants, t-shirts, jeans, or jackets. These clothes are no matter fashion. People can wear them a long time, maybe 5 years. Yeah, I think people can try.
Okay. So here, the next question here I would ask is, so Chopper is saying that it depends on what type of clothing. If there's clothing that are not related, or does it really matter about like the fashion or the time that you wear it, then you can keep it, right? So how important is fashion?
I think fashion is important for some people. Because I think they need a fashion style can let to copy to wear and business needs some reason to sell their items. So I think fashion is important in the world.
So it's very important, or
yes, I think fashion is important.
is it very important, or is it just like it's okay?
Maybe I think it's really important.
Okay, so it's really important. Interesting. Iris, what do you think? Do you think it's important?
I love watching fashion show, but I think it's not very important for me. Yeah, because I think many fashion designer usually through the countries country's culture, history, or architectures to inspire their design. And it is a good way to keep some history or culture. Yeah, but I think that fast fashion is over to produce the curves. Yeah, and so yeah, it is over.
So you agree with Chopper or you disagree? Like what about what he has said?
I agree with fashions is important for keep histories and cultures of designer. But this business model have many seasons to change and new curves. To customers. So I love fashions, but it is not very important, I think.
Okay, interesting. Yuqing, what about you?
I think fashion is important, but it's not extremely important. And I think fashion is important because it is relating to lots many things like our lives and art, or like Iris say, it sometimes about relating the country's cultures and histories. So I won't say fashion is worthless, but it's also not really important for me because I don't need fashion and I also can live in the world. So I think fashion is not very important, but it's important in the world.
Okay, so just not to you. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
How sustainable is fashion? What is so wasteful about fashion? Iris.
As I said, I know fashion show will have new seasons, have new clothes per every seasons, at least. Yeah, so the different brand will follow the trend. Will follow the luxury brand trend. Therefore, customer always pay more money to change and follow the trend. So that's so wasteful about fashion.
Okay, so it is quite wasteful. Eugene, what do you think?
I think fashion is not sustainable at all because I know the people who are in fashion industry, they are thinking of new fashion almost every day, so it's changes quickly, like every season or every 2 weeks. They may have new idea to make the fashion trend go ahead. So I think fashion is not sustainable and it's wasteful. Yeah.
Okay. And for Chopper, what do you think of wearing something just a few times or not at all?
I think it's a waste of clothes to wear something just a few times. I think a piece of clothing can be made in different ways. And it can give other people but it can give other people bring different feeling. So I think it's a waste of clothes to wear something just a few times.
Okay, so it's a waste to, what about for you? Like, have you ever done that before? Buy something and then not really wear it?
Okay. For me, I think a plain t-shirt can be worn for Uh, for a work day, like every Fridays, and 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 for rest times like weekend. Yeah, so I think parent teachers just can be used many some places and sometimes.
Okay, so try to listen again to my question. Okay, my question is asking you, have
okay.
you ever bought something and not worn it? And think about how you answered the question. You were telling me about not your own experience. You're telling me about what you thought about this. So do you hear the difference in what I'm asking you and what you are replying? Iris, did you think Chopper answered my question?
Okay.
The different answer.
So if I asked you the same question, how would you reply this?
I just want to make sure the word is worn. It means damage my clothes.
Worn, it means that it's not damaged. It's worn. Worn means that something that you have put on your body. So it's the past tense of wear, right? If you wear something. But sometimes if it's worn, then you have been wearing it.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I have ever bought clothes and not worn them because it was online shop and the size is not suitable with me. So I rather spend more time going to store, try on my clothes. Yeah. So now I never online shop ever.
Okay, so never worn. Okay, so when you're asking me about worn, worn is the past tense of wear, but if you say worn out, it means that it's clothes that's damaged. So worn out clothes. Oh, I worn out my clothes. Then maybe there's a hole in your shirt. Or maybe you were worn it for a long time and it looks like maybe there might be something that's you might see it and like, oh, it's an old piece of clothing. Okay, so it's a worn out. Okay, great. Okay, the next question I want to ask you guys is, what do you think of fast fashion? So kind of like Zara, H&M, I think they've all in the fast fashion industry. So how often do you buy clothes? How long do you keep an item of clothing for? And what do you do with clothes you don't wear? And you can also answer the question of, have you ever bought clothes and not worn them? So you can choose maybe 2 or 3 to answer. Eugene, what do you think of fast fashion?
I buy clothes seldom, and that, for example, last year I only buy once in whole year, so I don't really after like 22 years old, I don't really buy clothes because I know that too many clothes may make environment polluting, and I have bought clothes and not worn them before. Sometimes when I was young, I bought them because I think they looks good, but I don't have any opportunity or the perfect timing to wear it. And then I grow up, I think it's not my style anymore, so I just donate these clothes without wearing them. Yeah.
Okay. Iris, what about you?
Eugene's answer is shock. For me, your frequency is so seldom. And I think girls need to dress for many different occasions and events. Yeah, so I usually bought clothes once a month before. Yeah, I try to reduce my frequency, but I will keep my clothes clear and new. And these clothes can give my friend, family, and I will online shop to second-hand market. Yeah, or I will donate to charities. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Chopper, what about you?
I think fast fashion is not suitable for me. I like I usually like one style for my clothes. So I often buy new clothes every 4 to 6 months a month. and usually keep close for 3 to 5 years. But yes, I have both close and not warm them. But I think I just like a feeling about I have new clothes. It's not I have clothes too much.
Okay, great. So here for the role play, we have some serious issues that are concerning fast fashion. We have 3. We have poisonous dyes, landfills, and child labor. Okay, so poisonous dyes, I'm going to give Eugene. Landfills, I'll give Iris. And child labor, I'll give Chopper. Okay, so let's take 1 minute break and then come back to the debate. Okay, great.